After 32 years of sermons, it's not very often I get to say I have never preached about this subject before, but this week it's true. This week we're going to talk about money. Many years ago, when I first got here, I determined I was not going to talk about money. Televangelists talked about money. There were other people running around talking about money. I decided I would never make money a focal point. So I just have never done an entire sermon about it. I've referred to it, I've talked about it some, but I've never done a whole sermon about money. However, when I was at a conference in California a few years ago, one of the teachers there said, if that's what you're doing, and you think you're noble for not talking about money, but you're actually hurting yourself and you're actually hurting your people because you are ignoring God's teaching on how to be a good follower with your money. We're ignoring that part of our discipleship. And I think he's probably right. So when I started looking at it, I discovered that Jesus talked about money a great deal. In fact, depending on how you count it, it's either the second or third most popular topic Jesus talks about. And I think it's probably even more important now because we have so much more money than they did. We have a much bigger responsibility to deal well with what God has blessed us with. And so this week, I want to talk to you about money. Now, the easy way out of this sermon would be to take one of two roads, one of which would say, oh, money's evil, money is terrible. Well, I know that's not true. I've been on the end of having not enough money too much in my life. I know that money's important. You can't just say money doesn't matter. Money does matter when you don't have enough to eat. Money's important. But I also know that the other side that would be easy to say and just say money's really important and agree with everybody else around us, act like everyone else around us, would be wrong as well. So we're going to do this sermon in a different way. Instead of saying money is stupid or money's the most important thing in the world, we're actually just going to go and look at what Jesus had to say about money, and we're going to see how he thinks. We're going to use a couple of different stories as building blocks to see how he thinks about money, and then that will guide us into what we should be doing about our money. The sermon is called Outrageously Generous. That might give you a hint of where it's headed, but we're going to be in the book of Luke. We're going to look at 4 different incidents. They're going to build on each other, and we're going to come out on the other side of it with a better understanding of how we need to see what God has given us and what we need to do with it. That's the sermon for Sunday morning. In our Bible study at 10 o'clock, we are starting the book of 1 Samuel, and so we'll be in chapter 1. I don't know how many chapters we're going to cover every week. It might be one per week. It might be parts of a chapter per week. I'm kind of hoping for about one a week, so start reading 1 Samuel chapter 1. And we'll see how far we get. There's lots to talk about in there. It's a really interesting story. It's not a story just about what happened way back there. It'll teach us something about how we follow God in lots of different situations today. So go ahead and read 1 Samuel chapter 1 and then come and be with us at 10 o'clock Sunday morning for Bible study. I think it's going to be really interesting. This Sunday being the last Sunday in April means that we are at the end of our noon lunches. This coming Sunday will be the last one. So please come and bring enough to share with each other and plan to stay and visit. It has been really good to have this opportunity to be together and visit with one another. And so we've been thankful for that. One last opportunity to do that this Sunday, and then we will cancel the rest of them. We'll let it go for the summer and pick it up again in the fall. One last thing to have you think about is that, of course, you've been hearing about the storm that's coming. And as I look at the forecast, it kind of looks to me like most of the snow is going to be Saturday night into Sunday morning. And depending on the amounts that we get or how that all looks, it might be difficult to get here on Sunday morning. So I am planning that we will be here Sunday morning. The elders are planning that we will be here Sunday morning. But when you get up Sunday morning, if it looks kind of messy, check your email, because we may have to cancel Sunday morning worship if it's really bad, if it looks anything like last week and we can't get out. So just be aware that that's a possibility. I don't know that will happen. Very rarely have we ever had to cancel, but if we do, check your email and check in with someone before you head out to worship on Sunday morning. That might be a good idea. If it's clear enough and nice enough that we can get here, I'm looking forward to being here with you because I think we've got some really good things to share.